This is Elon Musk's solution to traffic. Underground tunnels full of Teslas going 35 miles per hour. No high-speed system, automation, or anything like that. Just cars in a tunnel. And if this feels a little underwhelming, it should. Because after billions of dollars and years of hype, this is what we got. And somehow, this might not even be his most overhyped idea. Elon Musk is arguably the most well-known businessman alive. With Tesla, SpaceX, and other companies, he's changed entire industries. At least, that's what he'd like you to believe. Because behind his carefully curated image are broken promises and shady deals. Today, I'm going to expose Elon Musk's less than perfect history and show you why he shouldn't be trusted. I'll leave out any interesting political moves and just focus on his business career. Let's get right into it. Musk is best known for being the CEO of Tesla. He has undoubtedly shaped the company into what it is today, but there's still several patterns haunting Tesla. One of Musk's biggest promises is that Tesla cars will be capable of full self-driving with no input from the driver. In 2016, Elon said that Tesla cars have all the hardware needed for self-driving, implying that the software would be rolled out soon. So naturally, Tesla owners expected it any day now. Weeks turned into months, months turned into years, and then nothing. Then, in 2019, Musk said this.
By the middle of next year, we'll have over 1 million Tesla cars on the road with full self-driving hardware, feature complete, at a reliability level that we would consider that no one needs to pay attention. By the middle of next year,
He made it clear. The very next year, Tesla was launching 1 million robotaxis on the road. As I'm sure all of you know, Tesla launched a whopping 0 robotaxis in 2020. The first Tesla robotaxis were launched in mid-2025, with human drivers behind the wheel. Then, every year since 2020, Musk has claimed that Tesla FSD is only 1 year away. 2021, 1 year away. 2022, 1 year away. 2023, 1 year away. At a certain point, you start to notice a pattern. In 2025, Musk made a shocking announcement. He admitted that he was wrong. Elon said that many Tesla cars do not have the proper hardware for self-driving, and that Tesla owners will have to upgrade their vehicles. Still, to this day, Tesla has yet to release a Level 5 fully autonomous version of its self-driving software. A massive part of Tesla's $1 trillion valuation is the promise that eventually its cars will be capable of self-driving. And the longer that timeline stretches, the more uncertain the promise starts to look. But software isn't the only thing that Tesla has overpromised on. Tesla's first car was the Roadster, a small, high-performance sports car produced in low numbers at a high price point. Tesla sold out of these cars in 2012, but customers wanted more. So, in 2017, Musk released a teaser for a revamped Tesla Roadster and started accepting deposits for the car immediately. The Founder Series Roadster required a non-refundable $250,000 deposit, and all 1,000 spots sold out. Just like the robotaxis, the new Roadster was supposed to release in 2020. And once again, 2020 came and went. Looking back, there were red flags everywhere. Musk claimed that the Roadster would have a massive 600-mile range while also having better acceleration and speed than a Bugatti. Not only that, but Musk wrote in a tweet that the new Roadster will come with 10 rocket thrusters attached that will improve acceleration and potentially allow the car to fly. This sounds less like a real car and more like something a kid would fantasize about during school. Tesla has released videos of the new Roadster driving, but this is a production prototype and not legal for public use. For years, customers were kept in the dark. Then, in October 2025, Musk went on the Joe Rogan podcast and said that the Roadster would be demoed in a few months, while strongly implying that the car would indeed fly. But as of April 2026, those customers are still waiting. It's been 10 years. But some customers think that Musk never plans to actually release the Roadster. Back in 2016, Tesla first unveiled the Model 3 and plans to mass produce the vehicle. Musk had to massively upgrade Tesla's factories, which was not cheap. In 2018, Tesla was in production hell and was reportedly single-digit weeks away from bankruptcy. Musk couldn't raise money in the market because of Tesla's low stock price. So instead, Tesla turned to something else, its customers. Elon decided to mock up a new roadster and take in deposits just so Tesla wouldn't go bankrupt. This resulted in Tesla collecting $250 million in customer deposits, which they used to finish preparing the Model 3 for production. And while Tesla survived, the Roadster quietly faded into the background. Now, with robotaxis, Optimus robots, and the new Terafab factory, it seems like Musk and Tesla have chosen to forget the Roadster entirely. Musk's next claim to fame is SpaceX, his rocket and space exploration company. With its IPO coming up in the next few months, Musk and his team have announced flashy new projects to hype up investors. But Musk has made some questionable moves with SpaceX. First is the company's promise to colonize Mars. Musk founded SpaceX in 2002 with the goal of colonizing Mars during his lifetime. The goal was initially a vague vision without a concrete timeline. Then the timeline started to get more specific. In 2016, Musk said that SpaceX was on track to land uncrewed missions in 2022 and manned Mars missions in 2024. Musk doubled down on these dates in 2020, but as those deadlines got closer, they started to slip. Musk backtracked in 2021 when it became clear that they were impossible. Musk pushed crewed Mars landings back to 2026, and then to 2030, and eventually the dates just stopped altogether. Now he's shifted focus to a moon base instead. SpaceX promised investors for over 20 years that the company would get to Mars. Today, that timeline feels further away than ever. But Musk has been in the news for much stranger things than a missed deadline. When Musk acquired Twitter in 2022 for $44 billion, he made several changes that caused advertisers to flee the platform. Twitter, now called X, declined significantly in value. Musk's backers were facing massive losses, but then came another pivot. When the AI boom hit, Elon founded xAI and quickly raised billions for his chatbot, Grok. Grok was integrated into X, gaining traction with users. Then, xAI acquired X at a $45 billion valuation, effectively bailing out his Twitter investors. But like many AI companies, xAI comes with a problem. It burns cash, and fast. Reports claim that the company is losing almost $1.5 billion per quarter. So once again, the solution wasn't to slow down, it was to scale up. In February 2026, SpaceX acquired xAI for $250 billion. Now, you may be thinking, what does a rocket company want with an AI chatbot and a social media platform? The official narrative is that Musk wants to launch data centers into space, which sounds interesting until you think about the logistics. A space data center would be massive and would have to be assembled entirely in orbit. If something breaks, you can't just send a technician, you need to launch a rocket. And compared to normal data centers, that's a very expensive way to solve a non-existent problem. Honestly, everything we've talked about so far pales in comparison to the stupidity of the Boring Company. Musk started the Boring Company in 2017 and wanted to revolutionize traffic after being stuck in his car driving home from work. He saw that cars were slow on land and had a great idea. If we put them underground and remove all stops, they'll be really fast. So he began pitching cities across the US on his new dream. Surprisingly, one said yes: Las Vegas. Now, you might want to sit down because your mind is about to be blown. These underground Teslas are traveling at a thrilling 35 miles per hour. These speeds might have been revolutionary in 1926, but not so much today. Not only that, but the cars still have to have a driver in place to manually guide them through the tunnel. This is definitely a far cry from the original vision, but luckily I've got a few suggestions that Elon and his team can use for free. Hear me out. What if we put these cars on a fixed track so that they don't need to be constantly monitored by a driver or use their self-driving mode? Then, what if we made these cars much larger to fit more people? I mean, everyone's traveling through the same tunnel. Now stay with me. What if we chained a lot of cars together and used a massive engine in front to tow them? That way, we don't need to rely on each car's engine and they can travel faster. Congratulations, you've just invented the subway. Even if the Boring Company's Hyperloops worked perfectly, they're essentially combining the worst parts of a subway and the worst parts of a car. Subway tunnels are extremely expensive to build and can only travel on fixed routes. Cars are very spatially inefficient and are prone to traffic jams. Musk's Hyperloop experiences all of these problems with zero upside. After seeing the failure of the Vegas loop, cities like Chicago, Fort Lauderdale, and LA canceled planned tunnels with Musk. But some people think that the Boring Company was never actually meant to fix traffic. Musk makes a ton of money selling Tesla cars, and if public transit were to become more popular across the US, Tesla would lose. Just look at Tokyo. Private cars account for only 12% of transportation, while public transit accounts for 51%. Critics say that Musk started the Boring Company to funnel money away from public transit projects with the promise of revolutionizing transportation. In reality, he just wanted to make sure that America remained hooked on cars. Musk doesn't care if the tunnels don't work. He just can't let public transit win. Elon Musk likes to portray himself as a real-life Tony Stark, but the reality is a lot more complicated. Across Tesla, SpaceX, and his other ventures, there's a clear pattern: ambitious promises, missed deadlines, and shady deals. And Musk isn't the only one doing this. Across the tech world, companies are raising billions to revolutionize industries that don't really need it. This has produced some of the strangest and most unnecessary products ever created. If you want to see the worst AI slop products ever made, check out our next video.